My name's Guy Kestevan, and this is my quick intro ride guide for the Cycling UK experience hubs of Wroxham and Hoveton in the Norfolk Broads. In fact, the capital of the Norfolk Broads. So, this route starts from Bure Railway again, Bure Valley Railway, but the good news today is it's actually running, so I might even have some company. And here we are! It's running! Oh, this is splendid! Properly evocative! So I turned off the railway path now and heading across the road. But as usual, this part of Norfolk, it's a super quiet back road. It's just a beautiful area to ride around, and actually there's level crossing over the proper railway. Beautiful flint cobble church. This one's Pennygarth. I'm losing track. I mean, some places even have two churches in the same churchyard, or three. I think three's the record round here. I love a church. And there's the beautiful old vicarage that goes with it. You know, because this, like I say, this was a properly opulent area. A lot of wealth coming from the land. And all the crops they grow in here. And this is Barton Broad at Barton Turf. Massive broad lake out there, largest in the Broads I think, and they've just spent a lot of money cleaning it up and dredging it and just returning it to a really beautiful place to spend some time. And yeah, if you get the chance, can't I imagine hiring a boat and, you know, drifting around this place is absolutely fantastic. Now this is particularly thatchy along here. It's like a thatched version of the Ramones. This selection, beautiful again. It's just such a unique place out here. You know, with the fens just around the corner, and we're going into Ilstead now. You know, I mean, England's awash with beautiful, quiet back lanes to ride, but this is such a unique landscape. You've got these back lanes and, you know, the added bonus of never having to worry about a hill or much gear changing. But then you've got, you know, the fingers of Broads just reaching in, always around you. Good. You know, so on one side you've got these beautiful green woods, thick with wildlife, with deer and hares and birds, and then you've got this amazing sort of unique ecosystem of the Broads with more birds and all these rare species of plants and everything like that. And it's just, it links together so beautifully, effortlessly. It really is. Wonderful place for a relaxing time on your bike. It properly takes you back in time. I mean, yes, you know, they have tractors now and horses and they're motorboats. Not, you know, they're motorboats, not sailing wherries, but actually seeing them, that's rare. Actually seeing a car here. Just an incredible place. You know, it really is just a snapshot of kind of, I guess, medieval times, really. If you take away the internal combustion engine, it really has got such a timeless feel to it. And there's so much history backing that up. all the churches and the manor houses and the Anglo-Saxon names and the Viking names and the Norman stories and the medieval church stories. Absolutely amazing place. And I think we're just coming down, another church of course, and we're just coming down to Irstead Stave here, where again you just pop out onto the Broads. And yeah, I have to say, if I was coming again, I'd definitely put some time aside to hire a canoe or a boat and really make the most of this. Well, there's been, you know, this sort of quasi-medieval landscape. You've also got to remember significance. This area played during the wars, not least this place, Neatishead, where they actually developed radar. You know, this was the place that gave us the edge. Developed in the interwar period. This was the actual area where they did all the development on radar, that meant we could spot the German bombers coming across. And it was also the centre for coordinating national defence from an airborne point of view well into the 1960s. So and there's a bloodhound missile there, air defence missile. So yeah, right from the 1920s, this has been a tremendously important place in terms of English history. The museum here actually has a lot of rooms, or sort of has a lot of the sort of artifacts from the development of radar and a lot of the story of how RAF Neatishead developed. But it also has a lot of the volunteers who work here are old staff members, old radar operators and control room operators. I mean, this place was the absolute heart of the Cold War defence system. You know, back when it was mutually assured destruction, and it was Fylingdales handled the actual early warning side of things, but in terms of radar, in terms of spotting stuff and coordinating air defence, it was all happening out of Neatishead for the whole of the south of England as well. So if you're into your history, particularly military history, then, you know, this is an absolute must visit on this route. If the ferry was running, I'd be heading left down to Horning and crossing the river there, but as we know today, it's not. So heading straight on towards Hoveton, taking in the craft barns on the way. Just a couple of miles back to the land of Roy, or Roys. It's actually not Roy wasn't a person. Should have explained this before. Roy wasn't a person. It's the Roy family who've expanded the whole area. And I have to say, when you go in, it's like a proper, you know, I went in the food hall. It's a proper big shop. And I went past Roy's garage as well. You know, he's got all the bases covered. Garden centre, food hall, food court. Even McDonald's has a franchise in Roy's. Surely, I mean, it's got to be the only place in the world where it's that way round. But then it seems there are a lot of aspects about this part of Norfolk that make it unique, and that's its absolute charm. It really is a totally special place. And if you've got kids, Bewilderwood offers all sorts of woodland and elf and goblin themed fun. And it's nice of them to put, well, it's not a main road, but it is one of the busier roads. So very nice of very nice of the council to put a cycle path alongside it for the last run into Hoveton. Makes things a bit more civilised. Although of course you can just quite easily backtrack, double back on the way you came out and coming back down the railway line again. Again, you know, these routes are only meant as a guide. You don't have to stick to them religiously, despite the number of churches. There we go, a quick video guide to the new routes put together with Cycling UK for the new experience hub out of Wroxham and Houghton village, capital of the Norfolk Broads. And I hope you'll appreciate, you know, just what a wonderful landscape this is to cycle through. So timeless, so easygoing, so beautiful in its own sort of unique way, and so much wildlife and history here. Really has been a fascinating little tour. But anyway, I'm off to Cromer now, a slightly different kind of landscape, slightly different feel up on the seaside just to the north of here. So obviously there'll be a series of videos from there, and both of these experience hubs will also have their own websites and have their own booklets as well, which I'll be writing. So make sure you look for those as well to get some more background information, stuff I might have missed while I'm trundling through. But for now, thanks very much to Cycling UK for the opportunity. Please, you know, support them. They are a charity. They do tremendous work for cycling advocacy, as well as giving great deals on insurance and making sure us cyclists have a better deal, and putting together routes, you know, like this and like the King Alfred's Way I did last year, and the West Kernow Way, which is I'll be doing shortly in Cornwall. And there's going to be more cycling experience hubs opening up all across the country as well, and hopefully I'll be involved in some of them. So massive thanks to Cycling UK, thanks to Giro, who are my channel sponsors for my YouTube channel, and thanks to my patrons who subscribe to my channel on a monthly basis just with small pledges to help keep it going and develop the channel. So have a look on there, there's all sorts on there, more route guides and bike testing stuff as well. And if you're interested in the bike I'm riding, it's a Viello V+1 first gen, and there'll be a whole lot of coverage on that on the channel as well. But for now, I've been Guy Kestevan on Guy Kest TV on behalf of Cycling UK at the experience hub of Wroxham and Houghton.